Paul Mackenzie Ndenge is a self-proclaimed controversial spiritual leader who is in police custody in connection with the death of his followers. The recent arrest of Mackenzie in connection with the death of two children in the village of Shakahola in Kilifi County has shed light on the dangerous doctrine he allegedly preaches, and he has left many questioning the role of religion in the society. Once a controversial televangelist, Mackenzie is accused of manipulating locals through extreme religious teachings that encourages his followers to starve themselves to death in order to reach heaven. In this video, we are going to unmask the disturbing details surrounding the self-stylist spiritual leader Paul Mackenzie, who is now being investigated for the allegedly preaching a dangerous doctrine that has led to the death of some of his followers in the church. Paul Mackenzie early life. Paul Mackenzie was born on August 1st, 1972 in Tennessee, United States of America. He grew up in a religious household and was exposed to Christianity from a younger age. Paul attended high school in Tennessee, and after completing his high school education, he joined Tennessee University to pursue a degree in theology. His education in theology prepared him for a life of service in the ministry. Paul Mackenzie family and personal life. Paul Mackenzie is married to Joyce Mwikamba, and together they have 7 children. His wife is also involved in the ministry and is passionate about helping the less fortunate. Paul and his family have been known to work together to giving back to their community through various initiatives. Paul Mackenzie moved to Shakahola village with some of his members who needed to start a new life after closing his Good News International Church in Malindi in August 2019. He now resides in the village and occasionally visits his farm. He now identifies himself as Mackenzie. No longer a pastor, he claims to have spiritual prophetic power and states that the basic teachings involve the following: Christ and not him. So how did Mackenzie move from Tennessee to Kenya? In 2003, Paul Mackenzie moved to Kenya and established the Good News International Church based on the teaching of William Booth. Mackenzie was initially praised for his selfless leadership and philanthropy, which included feeding the homeless and supporting local and foreign missionaries. So how did he build a cult-like following? The dark side of Mackenzie ministry. Mackenzie ministry quickly turned controversial as he began to lead his followers down a dangerous path. He advised his congregation to fast to see heaven, which led to several deaths due to starvation. The police discovered many graves believed to be buried with bodies of believers who might have perished due to lack of eating. Detectives camped in Shakahola Forest in Malindi for 3 days to rescue Mackenzie followers underneath buried bodies. Despite the controversies, Mackenzie was also known for his generous work with helping the needy and less fortunate. He founded a foundation reputable for providing healthcare and education services to unprivileged children, building schools and clinics, and improving countless livings. However, it remains unclear whether the charitable works were genuine or just a cover-up of his misdeeds. Mackenzie Church was proven to be a cult by the police after it was found that he was misleading his followers. He claims to have power to speak to God directly and deliver words as given by God Himself in the sermon. He also preached about uselessness of life and stressed on the afterlife. In 2018, his TV station was ordered for immediate closure, and Mackenzie and his wife were arraigned in court for religious radicalization and promoting extreme beliefs. Mackenzie controversial accusation. The state accuses Mackenzie of manipulating locals through skewed extreme religious teachings, leading to the deaths of many people. He is now on the detectives for allegedly preaching a dangerous doctrine that encourages his followers to starve themselves to death in order to reach heaven. Mackenzie and two other suspects, Isaac Ngala and Emily Kaunga, are under investigation for the deaths of two children who were allegedly starved and suffocated to death on the advice of Mackenzie and buried in a shallow grave at Shakahola village. Mackenzie denies the accusation and claims that he always been on the media for the wrong reason. So, what do you need to know about Mackenzie wealth? Mackenzie controversial teachings, scandals, and accusations have put him, a philanthropist and a net worth, in question. The exact net worth of Paul Mackenzie remains unclear. Multiple sources indicate that the self-proclaimed controversial spiritual leader wealth is likely to exceed 200 million US dollars. Reports suggest that a significant portion of his wealth has been accumulated through church proceeds, which some members are allegedly selling their property and handing over to the pastor.